over to Menards in another town, Manhattan, because they did not have what I needed. I needed this black urn that I'm going to show you how you can make an easy rain diverter, especially if you're using rain chains. And it'll look really nice when it's done. So let me catch up with you after I get the urn. I'm going to get the tubing that I need, as well as some of the gaskets that I'm going to use. When I bring it home, I'll show you how I put it together. Now, the black urn planter that I have in my possession, this is going to be the right size tubing, because at the bottom of this urn there is a hole, and I can unplug that hole. It came with a plug, which is great. So all I need is to get some of this 10-foot clear vinyl. This is going to be the right dimension to make a snug fit in the hole at the bottom of the planter, the 1/2 inch diameter by 3/4 inch outside diameter. You just need to decide how big the hole is at the bottom of the planter and go accordingly to the size of the tubing that you need, because they make all different size tubing, lengths and widths. And now I'm heading over to the garden section because I need to get some rubber hose gaskets. Those are going to work to make sure that the tubing stays inserted firmly into the plug hole at the bottom of the planter. I returned home from the store and I'm in my backyard, and you can see the rain chain is here. And this is the current setup I have currently. I'm using a terracotta pot. I'm going to show you the side-by-side comparison of what I was using to what I recently just bought. This black planter urn is much taller. This is 22 inches high. This is only 9 or 10 inches high. Plus, the diameter of this is only 9 inches. And this across the top is 15.5 inches. So, because of the depth also of the top part, before you get to the pedestal, there's a lot more area for the rain chain to go into to prevent a lot of splashing. In addition, the hole on the bottom of the terracotta pot is very large. I would have to get a really large piece of tubing to fit in there, which I don't know if I'd be able to find it without spending a fortune. And this one has a pop-out seal, little hole that I can pop out the plug, and I was able to get tubing that would fit very nice and snugly inside of this pot. I also went ahead and I unrolled the tubing and I laid it along the ground, and I'm doing that so that it totally uncoils and it gets soft. I'm going to use the whole 10 feet in this back portion of my house. I was able to cut it down in the front. It did not need to be as long, but this back portion needs to have the 10-foot run of tubing out to my garden. In addition to the planter that I bought and the rubber tubing, I did need to buy some little gaskets. These just usually fit inside of your sprinkler heads so that they don't leak. And I'm going to be using 4 of these. So it's very simple. Just going to take 4 off. These only run, when you buy this little packet, it's like $2 for all of these. Now that the rubber tubing is nice and pliable, I am going to take 2 of the rubber gaskets and put it on the end and push it down a couple of inches, like so. And the next thing I'm going to do is insert this end through the bottom hole here until it comes out the other end, and I'm going to use the gaskets as I stop. I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a piece of tubing sticking out through here. I'm going to put these 2 additional rubber gaskets on to hold it firmly into place from the bottom and the top. You will then have to decide how long you want this tube to stick up through the hole, because in order for the water to go out of the pot away from the foundation, wherever I'm having the flooding, I'm having it next to my foundation wall, you will have to have the water rise to that level so it can spill into this tube and be diverted away from your home. I created a little pattern with these 3 bricks. They are going to act as a podium for this urn to rise up on so that the hose diverter will fit just smoothly on the ground away from the house. Here you can see how the tube fits between the two bricks. It's coming out from underneath this planter that I have. I reinserted the rain chain into it, keeping this hole clear. And now I'm just ready to position this rubber hosing away from my house. I'm just going to put it around the garden here until it comes out over on this side. To make sure everything is running properly, I am going to do a test with my hose. I'm going to fill the container up with some water and make sure it's running out where I want it to go. As you can see, I'm filling it so it just reaches at least the top of and you can see the water is going out. And I will show you at the other end. Here is where the water is now spilling out. Before I go, I want to give you one quick update. So if you don't like an exposed planter like this with just the rain chain going into it, I was able to go to Dollar Tree and find this wire garland wheel that fit just perfectly inside of this planter here. And then I'm able to put faux flowers in here as such and decorate it that way, or you can do whatever you'd like. This is one arrangement I did with some fake flowers that I already had in my possession. I did not buy any new ones, so this is how this looks. And this is how the other one looks if you want to use something that's green. These are like just palm fronds that I had already in my possession, and they both work really well. You probably can fill them with real plants if you want as well, but I think this is a lot easier and I can change them out seasonally. Now, for my intents and purposes, I just use bricks because I had them handy. But if you want to do something a little more decorative, you want to put some pretty river rocks around it, as long as there is a place for that hose to kind of come out and away and lay flat towards the ground, you can use whatever you want to elevate this plastic urn. And this is how I'm going to divert water away from my house so it looks a little bit nicer than just using, I don't want to go with just another water barrel that I have on the other side of my home. I have 2 more of these setups now in the front of my house as well. And if you like this video, give it a like, a share, thumbs up, subscribe. It's just a really easy DIY project and you won't have to have any special tools. So have a great week and I'll see you next time on Big City Girl, Small City Living. Bye.